Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. The SNP have launched a new website. They're calling it the Yes website, because what else are they going to call it? They lack the imagination to call it anything intelligible. But yes, okay, if you like. But it's only been up a couple of days, and already it is being torn to shreds. And the reason being is that it is so filled with either mistakes or lies or sheer incompetence. It goes to show that the SNP, even when trying to do something on their own, for their own benefit, for their own supporters, gets things so wrong that everybody is ripping it to pieces because it's just controlled by morons. By doing this, they are simply highlighting how stupid and inept they are. They're not really highlighting themselves or sort of pushing themselves as people that you feel are competent enough to run a country when they can't even run a website. We'll have a look at it, but it is really, really bad. These people are just thick. Here goes. Now, I'm calling them thick for a reason. It's not that they're putting up misinformation. It's not that they're putting up lies and don't realise it. They know full well these things are lies. That's not why they're thick. Why they're thick is they're putting these lies and this misinformation up and getting these things wrong. And they think that we won't notice because they're so stupid. They think everyone else is as stupid as them. But oh dear, that's not the case, is it? So the SNP's new Yes website torn to pieces days after launch as the claims are branded risible. And when you see what the claims are, you'll see why. Quite often they're just lies. Sometimes they're lies backed up with other lies. Sometimes it's just sheer stupidity. Sometimes it's things that they've already been told about but they haven't changed because the truth isn't as helpful to them as the lies that they're telling. So just keep the lies up there, you know. It is a joke. And now they have got this rebuttal unit. I think the rebuttal unit must be put on overtime and sent to look at the SNP's own website. Anyway, Alibaba welcomed the launch of the online tool for cybernats, despite a quick glance unveiling a plethora of misleading claims. Misleading claims is the polite way of saying bare-faced lies, because it is full of them. And we're going to take a look. The SNP's new Yes site has been branded risible after misinformation was identified within hours of it going live. Ironically, the site has been created with support from the Nat's much vaunted rebuttal unit. Well, they need to rebut this. Anyway, they say it will tackle fake news about Scottish nationalism. Off you go then, because this website is filled with it. The Yes.Scot site plays on the name of the official campaign to leave the UK in the lead up to the 2014 independence referendum. The irony is, if there was ever another referendum, it wouldn't be a yes-no vote. It would be remain or leave. And that way, the Yes site seems a bit out of date, antiquated, the sort of thing that you'd do if you were living in the past, like so much of the SNP do. Anyway, it claims that users can find the answers to your questions, but many of its statements have already been questioned and have been found to be false. The site also includes materials cybernats can use to try and sway voters, including lying infographics, one of which claims the UK has an inflation rate of 10.1%. No, even though it's currently at 3.9%. Another used opinion polling that's over a year old, saying that it was the third poll in a row shows the majority of Scots back independence. And they're all three from Ipsos Mori, which are a very pro-Scottish independence website or company. And it was only those three which found for Scottish independence, which is very weird. Because in reality, just 7 polls out of 47 in 2023 showed a preference for leaving the United Kingdom. And of those 7, I believe 4 of them were Ipsos Mori. In another section, it claims your state pension will be 100% safe in an independent Scotland. No. How can that possibly be? There is no state pension provision. You can't safeguard it. Pension isn't paid out of a giant pension pot. It's not people paying into a pension pot and then getting their pension out. It's current workers paying the pension. So that's it's up to Scottish workers to pay Scottish pensions. Not safe at all, is it? It adds, when Scotland votes for independence, the distribution of existing UK liabilities and assets, including those related to pensions, will be negotiated. The UK is under no obligation to negotiate. It can just simply go, nope, and cut you off without a penny. What negotiation? And there's certainly no pension pot negotiation because there's no pension pot. It says Scotland will fully pay its way in that, and the section includes a reference to a quote from former UK Pensions Minister Steve Webb, claiming that he said, those who are in receipt of pensions, people with accumulated rights, would continue to receive current levels of state pension in an independent Scotland. However, Mr Webb later retracted that statement, confirming that pensions in an independent Scotland would need to be funded by Scottish taxpayers. And the Scottish Government has also confirmed that that indeed would be the case. So again, they're saying that there's a safety net for Scottish pensions. Well, only if the Scottish taxpayer can afford to pay them. Sam Taylor from the think tank These Islands described the use of Mr Webb's quote as pathetic. He said, it's risible stuff. Your state pension would be nowhere near 100% safe in an independent Scotland. The assets associated with state pensions are negligible. He also questioned the claim on the website that states Westminster can make laws regardless of how Scottish MPs vote. In reality, each MP has one vote on any subject, meaning those of Scottish MPs carry as much weight as those from elsewhere. The SNP has found itself at the centre of a number of fake news storms this year. Hasn't it just? And we've covered virtually all of them, I think. Including over the use of false energy statistics repeatedly for several years, despite having been told many times they were bullshit, and they still keep using them. Then, remember, he had to do the, I meant to say per capita, but he couldn't even do that. He then had to get the civil service to prove that the per capita thing was right, but they did that after he'd already stated he meant it to be per capita. There's no way he could have known because the information wasn't there. So again, more BS from the FM. There was the use of made-up Margaret Thatcher quotes. Yes, Margaret Thatcher said this. Margaret Thatcher said no such thing, you lying liars, you know. A number of politicians even accused the UK government of moving Foreign Office jobs out of Scotland, when in fact they only moved them 10 miles down the road and increased the number of jobs. Again, it's lie upon lie upon lie, so that the very stupid people who vote for the SNP and who believe all the lies will go, oh, look, this is what's happening, regardless of what reality is. I mean, this moving jobs out of Scotland thing, and there'll be some people, they vote for SNP, they're so stupid that they believe everything, all the horse shit they're fed by the SNP. And you have to wonder, how was anyone born that stupid? I mean, really, nobody should be that stupid. But they are, and they keep believing these lies, even when they're shown time and time again. Lies. They go, yes, I know they're lies, but I still believe them. The average SNP voter has the IQ of a banana. Anyway, he said, despite the plethora of errors, the website launch was welcomed by SNP leader Ali Baba. He said, I am delighted that we're launching the new Yes website today with a whole host of errors and resources for activists to use to campaign for the better future we know is possible as a result of the SNP folding. In an independent country. Sorry, I keep trying to put the truth in rather than what he says. Force of habit. And he said the resources on the website will be updated regularly as and when all the lies and mistakes are found. Not his words. So that all our hard-working activists are armed with the tools they need to speak to people the length and breadth of the country. I mean, by speak to, they mean lie. lie to people the length and breadth of the country about the opportunity independence has to offer them. Yes, there's misery, poverty, starvation, death. A lot of people leaving Scotland. Yeah, excellent. Oh well, I'll round up and come up. So there you are, a whole website provably filled with lies, misdirection, misstatements, complete and utter horseshit. Every single thing they say on there can be provably wrong. And you're still going to get SNP supporters who we know are incredibly thick, who will go there, read, oh, yeah, that's right, look at that, duh, 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 because they're all stupid. And they don't recognise bullshit when they see it. And even if you show them and prove to them that it's complete and utter rubbish, they'll still believe it because it's the SNP. And I'm too stupid to accept that the SNP lie. These people are morons. And the trouble is they keep voting for the SNP and keep wondering why Scotland is in such a shit way after 17 years of the same BS from the same morons continually. But of course the politicians are just as stupid as your average SNP voter. What do you expect? Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. I think it's an excellent video. I do hope it's worthy of a subscription. Do please hit that button. That's very helpful. And a like, definitely. Anyway, till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Bye.